Akraka. Distinguished guests and fellow Bleoobis, I'd like to respectfully stand on all protocols that have already been established. I feel really honored to be standing here, and actually I hesitated when I was given the opportunity to give the keynote speech today, because I remembered close to 30 years ago, I think I was dressed in the same kind of white shirt and my blue tie at that time, and the keynote speaker was Honorable Paul Boateng, who is the first black cabinet minister for the UK. And I sat there in awe of him. And to think that 30 years later, I'm really humbled to be standing here to give a keynote speech for Accra Academy. So I'm really humbled by this. This morning, I'd like to share just a few thoughts in the time that I've been given. And as I mentioned, 90 years is a long time in any venture, but whether we celebrate or mourn such passage of time is heavily determined by how we value the present and what we control. Whether it's in business or academia or life in general, the role of leadership cannot be understated. So I want to speak a bit about leadership. First, leadership of self, and then leadership of others. And I also am a strong believer that leaders are made and not born. I'll run through a few areas that I believe are worth considering with regards to our own personal journeys towards leadership of ourselves and leadership of others. Leaders put in work. There is no substitute for hard work. For you to be great at anything, you need commitment and discipline. I'll give you a small story about a basketball player. He was not the tallest, he was not the strongest. His path to success was not assured. In fact, he was removed from his basketball team in his first year, and he didn't even qualify for the team in the second year. But he kept going through. By his work ethic, he was able to lead his college team in his final season to a national championship. After going through all of that, it took him almost 5 years to make it into the team with the Chicago Bulls. You probably know who I'm talking about. Michael Jordan. Through stubborn persistency, Michael Jordan was able to prove his worth as a player. He dominated the 1990s, and he led his team to 6 NBA final victories. He's now regarded as probably the greatest basketball player ever. Nothing comes easy, and the path to success takes sacrifice. And this is of keen importance to me, especially for the youth of today. There is no shortcut to sustainable success and building a legacy. I'm not suggesting that we should all be like Michael Jordan, but part of the beauty of life is that there is no one path to success. There is no singular route to success, and leaders learn to embrace nuances in themselves. Another attribute that I'd like to speak about is resilience and adaptability. Life is not a straight line. Sometimes you have to pause or even go backwards in order to go forwards. There's always going to be some mishaps or even failure, and it's not only to be expected, but it's also beneficial in becoming a better leader. I'll use another well-known person, Elon Musk. He's a household name now. He has his car business, which is Tesla, and currently he's also the richest person in the world. What we don't know, or some of us may not know, is that Elon Musk was removed as the CEO of his own company Zip2 in 1996. His first 3 space rockets in 2007, 2008, and 2009 all ended in explosions. In 2008, both his businesses, SpaceX and Tesla, were on the verge of bankruptcy. But what he said at the time is, failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating. The message here is that we need to be determined and yet be patient with ourselves. Determined in that you have high expectations for yourself, yet patient in that you allow yourself rest and mistakes with the knowledge that you can and will pick yourself up again. The other thing here, which is especially for the students here today, interpersonal skills and the value of relationships. What has been achieved by Bleoobi 90 is based on relationships that were built, and we need to learn how to respect and take people along. Association, and even in the Bible it says in Proverbs 27:17, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. So find people who you can help, and help who you are able to, and grow together. Some of the relationships you form here in Accra Academy will be a constant for the rest of your life, or may even be what I call a just-in-time relationship at a crucial time in your life in the future. If you want to go fast, as they say, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. Finally, I'd like to say that true leaders have core values. You need to build your strong core values in the environment you find yourself at the moment. This creates the foundation for you to influence your team and yourself in a positive way, and it leads to high performance and excellence. In today's world and in our country, people of good value are of a premium and are essential to move us forward. And I hope we're building those people here in Accra Academy currently. Today it is viewed that my generation, I never thought I'd say this, is running the show in Ghana because we're, nearing our 50s, but in a very short space of time, before you blink, it will be yours. Your ability to achieve that strong sense of leadership and not to be corrupted by power once you come into leadership is directly related to the values that you live your lives by. I encourage you to hold to the values of honesty, integrity, courage, and kindness, even from now, as these values will serve you well down the line. Over 90 years, Accra Academy has been a fertile ground for the foundation of great Ghanaian and international leaders. If you look at our alumni base, it reveals from heads of state, speakers of parliament, justices, chief justices, even famous footballers, and many others. I am extremely excited to see what we will be able to add to the list with the people here present, and I wish with God's help there'll be many more accolades that we'll be celebrating even after the rest of us are gone. Thank you.